Unleash your social media superpowers with AI. In this training, I'm spilling the beans on a simple system that will revolutionize your social media game. Ready to turn your online presence from meh to marvelous? Let's dive into the magic of AI for crafting killer content that captivates. Today, again, I am spilling the beans on a simple system that will revolutionize your social media game. Hi, I'm your host, Megan Dixon, and I am the founder of my very own business, Megan Dixon. I have been working online since 2011, and in fact, I first was introduced to the online world when I came across Michelle, and I first started to become a virtual assistant through one of her training programs. And I've successfully helped plan and launch numerous digital products and courses for clients and students. In addition, I've helped with streamlining processes, helping clients take their businesses online, growing their online businesses, and grew my social media followers and engagement exponentially in a short period of time with this system. So today's treasure trove includes mastering AI tools to banish your social media woes, crafting copy that sizzles, visuals that pop, and ideas that never stop. Get ready for tips and tricks to keep your content fresh and your brand voice as consistent as your favorite sitcom character. And we'll get into that later, but it's a very key thing. Wave goodbye to the content creation grind and hello to more time growing your empire. Inject some pizzazz into your posts and watch your brand shine brighter than a disco ball. Magnetize your audience and turn them into loyal fans of your online courses and your businesses. Stick around till the end, and I've got a once in a blue moon offer that's going to be the cherry on top of today's Sunday of wisdom. Whether you grab it or not, you're walking away today with a treasure trove of knowledge. I guarantee you that. This ain't your typical yawn-inducing social media talk. I'm here to hand you the exact blueprint for wielding AI like a social media wizard. You'll learn to craft content that sizzles across platforms. And for the veterans in the room, get ready for some next level strategies. The content creation conundrum. Time, it flies, and we always need more. Budget, hiring help can really break the bank sometimes. Ideas, writer's block, our old nemesis. It's terrible when that happens, especially when your mind is just filled with all the things that you need to do in your business, but you know that you have to be present and you have to create content. And efficiency. We all want posts that dazzle and delight, but it doesn't always work that way. Are you riding the social media struggle bus? Craving more content, but clocks are ticking, wrestling with the good, the bad, and the ugly of content writing. Do you want to shine online, but you don't know where to start? Your social media consistency playing hide and seek on you? Just not feeling that writing vibe? Or maybe, just maybe, social media content isn't your cup of tea. Don't worry, I got your back. If you nodded yes, welcome to the club, and you are definitely in the right place to be joining this training. So why am I your go-to gal? I was deep in the social media trenches, sweating over content. I got so frustrated that I pushed social media to the back burner, and my guilt crept in. I felt like a social media imposter, just churning out content for the sake of it. I had had a baby. I had personal struggles. I had had several deaths in the family, medical issues, and ultimately, this type of thing just really got pushed back because it just seemed like so overwhelming and so much work. And I just, at the end of the day, felt like I needed to focus on me. However, if I had this system in place before, it may have not have gone that way. I was creating stuff that echoed in an empty hall, my systems, not the newest, my planning, not the best. And then, like a bolt of lightning, I stumbled upon a process that was turbocharged and absolutely changed my social media creation. And was I skeptical when I saw this process? Absolutely. But when I tried it, oh boy, it was like striking gold. and I'm so, so excited to share this with you. Suddenly, I was churning out content like a wizard, saying adios to that worrywart in me, expanding my tribe of clients and students, and basking in their glowing feedback. Hello, joy, productivity, growth, and a sweet, sweet, sweet sense of relief. It was huge. So now it's your turn to shine. I want to show you how to become a content creation whiz. Imagine having a secret ally in your corner, turning the daunting task of content creation into a cakewalk. That's the magic of AI-driven tools. They're your backstage crew, making sure every post is a showstopper. Ever dreamt of creating content that speaks directly to your audience's heart? With AI, it's not just a dream, it's your new reality. You'll be crafting posts that aren't just seen but felt by your ideal customers. A picture is worth 1,000 words, but with AI, it's worth 1,000,000 likes. Blend AI crafted visuals with your unique brand style, and voila, you're the Picasso of social media. AI is like your personal idea factory, churning out fresh, innovative concepts so you'll never hit that dreaded creative block again. Ideas on tap? Yes, please. Structure brings power. With AI, you'll have a system that works while you sleep, ensuring your social media presence is as consistent as it is dazzling. In the social media kingdom, consistency rules. AI tools ensure your brand voice stays steady, your content calendar full, and your audience always engaged. Time to skyrocket your online presence. Here is some AI magic in action. This is the fun part. Okay, so now we are in ChatGPT. This is where we're going to begin. I want to point out that I am using ChatGPT Premium. I highly recommend it just because you can get more features out of it. And also, uh, you want to use ChatGPT 4. This feature, at this point in time, it is my understanding that it is available with the free version of ChatGPT. However, you are going to be more limited with what you can do and how often you can ask ChatGPT to give you some kind of output. So always use ChatGPT 4 if you can. It also will have the newest information available. And also it has Dolly, which I will talk about, and will also be able to crawl different websites. There is a limit of 40 messages per every 3 hours. If you have something more generic to do, I would use ChatGPT 3.5 because it will not count towards your limit every 3 hours. So we'll get started here with ChatGPT 4. And the very foundation of everything you're going to want to do in ChatGPT is going to be started with creating a client avatar. Now, a lot of people will say, well, I know the type of person I want to service, or they have an idea of who their client or their ideal client is, but this is going to really break it down in a very specific way. So I'm going to put in this prompt here, and it says, I want you to act as an experienced brand marketer with many years of experience. Create a client avatar for, and we're going to put in the type of business. So we'll say virtual assistant business that offers, and let's put in here, since we're talking about social media, we can say social media services to, and then we want to put in the type of client. So for this example, let's do something a little bit different. Let's just say salons. Right. And we maybe even can be more specific. Salons that offer hair care maybe facials and massages. Okay, so we have a very, very specific prompt here. We're talking about the type of business, what kind of services you offer, and who you would like to work with. If you offer something other than social media, or if you use or offer multiple services, you may want to put something in here a little different for the different service, and you may want to create a separate client avatar. However, again, this is going to kind of be the root system of a growing tree. You always want to start with this because everything that you get from ChatGPT is going to be based on this client avatar. And we will emphasize that as we go through this chat. So we'll go ahead and start with this and see what we get from ChatGPT. Okay, so it created this client avatar. It gave the client avatar a pretend name. And then it goes into the basic demographics, the age, the gender, the location or area that they live in, their marital status, education, professional background, psychographics. So, what are their goals and aspirations? What are their challenges and pain points? What are they interested in? What are their hobbies? Where they are on social media, so Instagram and Facebook. Their preferred content, so the type of content they want on social media, their decision-making process, purchasing behavior, how a business can help, communication style, and financials. So this is great. We get this really, really granular detail. If you want and you want a little bit more information, we could say, please expand on my client avatar, their challenges and pain points. The reason I say that is if you don't have as much information as you'd like, this is where your services are going to come in handy. So you want to know more about these challenges and pain points. Sometimes ChatGPT will give more detail than this. In this case, the client avatar, they didn't really give as much detail. So we're going to ask it to expand on that and see what it gives us. Time management and workload, balancing the roles as an owner and practitioner, overwhelmed by daily operations, limited marketing experience, brand development and online presence, customer engagement and retention, budget constraints. So this is important in terms of a pain point, competition and market differentiation, technology. All right. So by addressing these challenges and pain points, you can more effectively communicate the value of your virtual assistant business to salon owners like Sophia. So this, again, is going to be this foundation for everything that you do moving forward in this chat thread and what you ask ChatGPT to do. So I'm going to move on to another prompt that I want to show you guys, because one of the things that is also important is having a style of communication. So the next prompt is not necessarily going to help specifically with the social media service, but it will give you an idea of how the style of the writing and everything could impact who you reach and the personality and business you want to portray. So the next prompt we are going to use is this prompt I'm about to put in right now. But I also do, before I move on, I do want to mention that now that you have this client avatar, I highly recommend that you copy and paste it into a note so that you can easily access it. So if you start a new chat thread and you want to ask ChatGPT to help you with maybe email marketing or something for this client, you can start with that foundation in a new chat, or even reference it somewhere else in your business. So definitely copy and paste the client avatar. And you can do this by clicking on this clipboard icon at the bottom of each response. So you would want to copy this, and these expanded challenges and pain points, you could also copy this message. All right, so moving on, the next prompt I want to show you, and again, this is just an example. Act as a social media marketing manager with many, many years of experience. Give me 5 ideas for social media content that could go viral. Write it in the style of, and put the person's name that you like, but don't mention their name. So here, Gary Halbert is really, really good at copywriting. So that might be somebody that you want to use. Kelly Hoppen is another good one. But we could even say, let's actually just go with Gary Halbert. All right, so again, act as a social media marketing manager with many, many years of experience. Give me 5 ideas for social media content that could go viral. Write in the style of Gary Halbert, but don't mention his name. The other thing I do like to put in here sometimes is, please keep in mind my client avatar when writing these ideas. Okay, so we'll put that in and see what it gives us. So the Great Transformation Challenge, it gives you an idea of what you could do. Behind the scenes, a day in the life at the salon. The Secret Ingredient series, Client Spotlight, and the Ultimate Salon Challenge. So these are great social media ideas for your client. If you're looking for some that could be for your services to get your client's attention, this could be tweaked slightly. So you might say, well, I don't really like this. So you could either go up here and edit the prompt and say, or you could go down here to the message area, and you could say, no, this is not what I want. Keep in mind my business is targeting my client avatar. So up here, I'm just going to add in, when writing these, keep in mind my client avatar when writing these ideas. I want the ideas to be for my business services and the best way to get my client avatar's attention. All right, so I will save and submit this again, and you will see here in a second that it will give us a second response, and down here it'll say 2 of 2. So it's showing this is the first, or this is the second prompt we put in at this stage in the chat, and it will give us a new one. Social Media Challenge, Transformation Tuesday, Salon Edition, Day in the Life of a Salon Owner Unplugged, Guess the Engagement, Behind the Scenes of a Social Media Strategy live stream. So these ideas are designed to resonate with Sophia's world, showing empathy for their struggles, offering a glimpse of a less stressful life, on and on. So we have these social media ideas, and this is great. If you say, okay, well, I like the first one better, we can come back up here to the prompt we put in originally, and instead of 2 of 2, you can hit this left arrow and it will go back to 1 of 2, and it'll go back to the original message it sent you. So we'll go and stay here with 2 of 2. And the next thing I'm going to do is give another prompt, and we're going to talk about style a little bit more. So for fun, we're going to ask ChatGPT to write a little story about Sophia, and it's going to say, write a quick story for, and we're going to take the number idea that we like. So maybe behind the scenes of a social media strategy live stream. So we'll say, write a quick story for idea number 5. And I might even type in, just for clarification, and we'll say in a light-hearted tone. So we're talking about the tone of the message and keeping the parameters of what was previously noted, such as my ideal client avatar and the style of, and we're going to say the name of this person we previously mentioned, which in this case is Gary Halbert. And don't use my ideal client avatar's name or Gary Halbert's name. All right, so that's important because otherwise the story may mention Sophia or it may mention Gary. So always make sure, if you're talking about style, make sure that you note not to use those names in whatever is written. So we're going to get a story back from ChatGPT. Once upon a time, or once upon a modern day in a bustling heart of a vibrant city, there was a virtual assistant genius, let's call her Alexa, with a knack for turning social media mayhem into marketing magic. And it goes on and on and on, and we get this story. The reason I want to show you this is because the style of writing, I want to show you this in comparison to potentially another person's name. This person, the style could be a comedian, it could be a speaker, it could be a copywriter, somebody that you admire or you like the way that they talk and the way they convey messages. And you want to make sure you pick somebody that aligns with you and your personality and how you want to come across. So we have this story, and I want to show you, let's pick something else like very, very different. So maybe we'll say in the style of Chris Rock, so something that might be a little more humorous. And don't use my client avatar's name or Chris Rock's name. Now, I just want to put this in just so I can give you a feel for how this message will change. So I'm going to go ahead and save and submit. And now we're on version 2 of the prompt. This one had more drama than a reality TV show and more style than a Fashion Week runway. The owner, let's call her Miss Fabulous, was the queen of hairdos, but a rookie, blah, blah, blah. So it's much more casual. Week 1, we tackle her Instagram, her posts. They were like those mystery hair products. No one knew what they were for. We jazzed them up, on and on. So this kind of adds kind of more humorous tone versus, I'll go back to the first one, and it's just a little bit more formal and doesn't have quite as much humor. So you could also pick somebody that is very, very, very serious and then compare it to that. But just the way that it's written is slightly different. So this is not necessarily for social media, but it's just giving you an idea of how that style can make a difference. So I'm going to say for the rest of this chat thread, please use the style of Gary Halbert unless otherwise mentioned. Okay, and then if I hit shift and return a couple times, we can then here add another prompt. So I'm going to go ahead and grab that. And we're going to put in, continue to act as a social media marketing manager with many, many years of experience and create 10 social media posts that will motivate, and we'll say my ideal client avatar with, and then a problem they struggle with. So the great news is our client avatar, we already know what they struggle with. So we'll scroll back up here and we'll go to these challenges and pain points. So she struggles to juggle managerial tasks with customer service and her personal life. We could come down here, social media savvy. She finds, if you're offering social media services in this case, she finds it challenging to keep up with the ever-changing trends and algorithms of social media platforms. So I will copy this and just, I'll keep it simple and say the ever-changing trends and algorithms of social media platforms. So we'll take that and we'll copy that and paste it down here and just tweak it here to make sure that will motivate my ideal client avatar to, we'll say, to work with me to overcome keeping up with the ever-changing trends and algorithms of social media platforms. So we've now picked one of their pain points and we're asking for 10 social media posts that will motivate your client avatar. Also, what you could do is specifically ask ChatGPT. If we come up here, they are active on platforms like Instagram and Facebook. So we might say, create a separate post for Instagram and Facebook per day. All right, so we will go ahead and see what this gives us. So day one, the wake-up call, it's telling you what kind of image to use, and the caption, are you juggling scissors and social media? Let's trim the stress and style of your online presence. And here we have it, and then it's telling you what kind of image to use. Same thing for Facebook, it's giving you a slightly different version. And the hashtags are going to be more relevant for each individual platform. All right, so day 2, day 3, day 4, you get the idea. So we have 10 of them here. Now, we asked for 10, and if you notice, it stopped. If you like what it's writing, you can click down here on continue generating, and it will continue to, oh, I had to click regenerate. It was acting up a little bit. This happens sometimes with ChatGPT. It's giving us a little bit of a different description of the image, and it's giving us some different captions, which is fine. If you like some of the previous ones, you can go back to them again by, okay, it's not giving us the option to go back, maybe because we didn't change the prompt. It's just rewriting. So it's going on and on. Oh, right there, there's the 2 of 2. So we could go back and pick one of the other posts if you wanted. So it did only 5 days, probably because they're just doing 2 social media posts per day. And I could say I asked for 10 days worth. Please give me days 6 through 10. and then it's going to give you the rest of those posts. And guys, this is just so awesome, especially if you have writer's block or you're looking for new ideas or you're not sure what hashtags are good for each social media platform. So it's giving you the most ideal posts. If you want posts to be longer, you can also ask ChatGPT to write or expand on each of the posts it provided. But this is going to resonate with the hearts and minds of salon like Sophia. So this is a great start, but we're going to dive actually a little bit deeper. We're going to ask it to elaborate on certain posts. So let's just pick, let's just say posts 8 and 10. So we'll say, please elaborate on posts 8 and 10 and see what it gives us. It's giving us a bigger description of what the image would be like or should be like. It's giving us a longer caption. So here's day 8. And then it's giving us the Facebook one. And then here's an elaboration on day 10. And this is just so helpful to make things quicker when you're trying to come up with ideas. You can copy and paste, or if you don't like kind of the way it's written, of course, put your human element into it and your human touch on it and copy it and, tweak the message however you see fit. The next thing I'm going to show you is a way to create a headline for these. So I'm going to paste in this, give me a headline for post. Let's just go with number 10 in the style of, and let's just stick with Gary Halbert. And I want to put in here too, don't use the words unlock, discover, unleash, mastering, or art. The reason I put that in there is I have noticed, and you may notice something different as you use ChatGPT more, but I have noticed that those words tend to come up a lot. So I'm asking it not to use those words. Also, do not use Gary Halbert's name. Okay, so let's see what it gives us for a headline. Transform your salon's social scene, how a simple click can spark a client gratitude revolution. So it's given us this really attention-grabbing name for the social media posts. You can use that as the main thing you say before you put your post in, or you can use it for some other purpose. All right, so we're going to move on. And you can also ask, with this headline, you can ask what kind of image should go with it. But the opportunities and possibilities are endless. So I need to try to keep this as concise as possible. The next thing that I want to show you is that ChatGPT can actually generate a creative calendar for you. So I'm going to ask it to generate a table with a creative calendar of social media content for, and let's just put what platforms your client avatar is on. So Sophia is on Instagram and Facebook, and we'll say for the coming week. And it could be, we should say, related to the topic. So let's go back and say for one of the pain points, what was the pain point we used here? We'll go back up and we'll say the ever-changing trends of social media and algorithms of social media platforms. So related to, and here we put the topic in, and then be controversial. I say that only because those are typically going to be more attention grabbing things. Just think about if you get an email and it says something like in the subject line of I'm calling it quits, and you might say, oh my gosh, I got to open this. This person is closing their business. And it turns out that they might be calling it quits on a certain service that they're offering, or they found a different strategy, so they're quitting their old strategy, but it got your attention. So be controversial, include posts, emojis, hashtags, and suggested images for the topic mentioned. I'm just going to take a topic of, and take topic mentioned that will resonate with my ideal client avatar. And you can say, we'll just take that other part out for now. So final prompt here is generate a table with a creative calendar of social media content for Instagram and Facebook for the coming week, related to the ever-changing trends and algorithms of social media platforms. Be controversial, include posts, emojis, hashtags, and suggested images for the topic mentioned that will resonate with my ideal client avatar. You can always change this to say, instead of for the coming week, you can give it specific dates. But for this example, we're going to just stick with this. And when I first started using ChatGPT, I had no idea that it would do all of this in such a specific way. So here we go. Monday, Instagram, then there's Facebook. It tells you the post type. It tells you what the image should be, what emojis should be used, the hashtags that are ideal. So again, these hashtags are different than the Facebook ones, and it'll give you an entire table of all the posts that you should use. You can then copy and paste this into another document by just holding down your mouse and dragging. And if you have a social media system where you can actually import a large amount of messages, this might be helpful for you, where you could put it into some kind of CSV file and upload it to your social media system. So super, super, super helpful. And here we have every single day for this next week: Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Instagram and Facebook. All right, and we didn't finish the rest of this. See, it says Instagram, Facebook, but for Sunday we only got Instagram, so we'll click on continue generating, and it will now add in Facebook. All right. Now, the really, 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 I mean, all of this is very cool, but the next thing I want to show you is how we can even take this to the next level. I need to be even more personal, and you want to do a Instagram live for maybe the post on Sunday. So let's say we're going to pick Sunday's post. I'm going to put this prompt in here. Write me a script for a quick Instagram live for, and we'll say Sunday's post. Okay, so it will now shortly give us an entire script that you can use for an Instagram live or reel. You start the session, wave to the camera. Hello, beautiful people. I'm Megan, your guide in an ever-twisting, ever-turning world of social media. I hope you've got your questions ready, because today we're diving deep. You wait for the audience to join. It's telling you all the things that you can say. Now, I want to try something fun. Drop in the chat how often you currently post. All right, and on and on. So it's giving you the exact script that you should use. Some people will just kind of memorize this. There are also tools where you kind of have like a teleprompter that will overlay on your phone or your computer, where you can more easily read this and stay on track with this script. So now you have a script for an Instagram live. And then the next thing I want to show you is how you can start creating images for these social media posts. So come up here and I'm going to say, here's this, calendar that we created. And I'm going to say, maybe for, let's see, maybe let's say create a image for Thursday's Facebook post. So we're going to actually leverage Dolly and say, Dolly, oops, that says Collie. Dolly, create a social media image for Thursday's Facebook post. All right. And it will literally start creating an image for you. The cool thing is using these AI tools to create images, you can use them as a starting point and use them in Canva, or you can, oh, and I'm glad that this did this. You can use them in Canva, or you could use them as is. I will also mention that these are robots. So don't forget that. They are not intended to create any kind of writing. As you can see, instead of the best, it's saying the best social, and it's going on, and things are not spelled correctly. So never use it to actually create text. I would say if you want to add in text, ask it to create an image and then maybe put that image into Canva and then put some text overlay. So you could get really specific for it. I am going to try a different one. Let's say, how about we ask Dolly, please create a social media post for Tuesday's Instagram post. The other thing I want to mention to you is if you notice that image when we asked Dolly last time is a square, Instagram, tends to be more of a vertical type post, and you want to use the aspect ratio 9:16. So I'm going to say, please use the aspect ratio 9:16. All right, so let's see what it gives us. It's thinking and creating this image. We're almost there. And now you can see it's created this vertical image. It's a picture of a salon, some hair coming into the salon chair. And so it's now created this image that's very specific, again, to your client avatar that would match up with that social media post. As I scroll up here, it will match up with that social media post. So new changes could make or break your salon visibility. Stay tuned so it's created this image that would be ideal for that. I want to show you another way to create images and show you how you can creatively do this with another tool called Midjourney. So before we do that, Midjourney is very specific about its prompts and its styles. It might be minimalistic, it might be a watercolor style. There's all different variations. So to kind of help us with that, I am going to ask ChatGPT to create a Midjourney image prompt for each social media post in the creative calendar. and we'll see what it gives back to us. If you want to ensure that ChatGPT understands you, you can also always add in, please confirm you understand before you write anything. And it should relay back something along the lines of this: I understood, I will create a Midjourney image prompt for each one. So the first prompt says image of a magnifying glass over the Instagram logo, symbolizing in-depth analysis of new algorithm updates, etc. I don't know if this will work very well on Midjourney. Again, these are robots and they're not perfect, so just keep an eye out for that. It may not pull in the Instagram logo just because, again, it's not good with logos or writing. I'm going to kind of scroll through here and find a prompt that may not be as specific. Here it talks about Facebook's interface. This one, image of a salon stylist deliberately choosing unconventional hairstyles, signifying breaking away from Instagram trends in a modern and bold style. Let's see, infographics. This talks about a quote. Meme. Okay, let's try this one just for fun. We have a futuristic or crystal ball themed image predicting upcoming trends in social media algorithms with a focus on how they affect salons. So the first thing I'm going to do is copy this, and then I'm going to take us into Midjourney. Midjourney is a subscription-based image creation AI tool. It only is available by connection through a platform called Discord. Discord is kind of like a social media platform for gamers, but they have other tools or plugins that integrate, and Midjourney is one of them. So that is literally the only reason I'm on Discord. There's other AI tools that are on there as well. But for now, I'm just going to show you Midjourney on Discord. So we'll open up Discord. Remember, I copied this. I'll just do it again. And I'm going to come into Discord. So Discord here is starting. And I'm going to click here to my Midjourney bot. And here I'm going to hit the slash. And these are different prompts. Midjourney does other things, like you can blend two images together, you can ask it to describe an image, but to create images, you want to use this Imagine prompt. Once you click on that, it is going to give you a cursor here, and I'm going to paste that prompt from ChatGPT, and I'm going to hit return or enter, and we'll see what it comes up with. Sometimes, again, it's great. Other times, you might have to give it an additional description. You don't have to use the description from ChatGPT as well. You can come up with your own kind of idea of what you want. And I can even show you how to change the aspect ratio to create a different size. So it's going to generate 4 different versions. These images should be created in 60 seconds or less. So it's coming up with them, and let's see what it's given us. So we have 4 different images here, and it may or may not catch a salon owner's attention. We did ask for a crystal ball, and we said, to kind of display or have the impact of different social media algorithms. So here's this technology type feel within these crystal balls. And let's just say I like this one. I'm going to click on this again to expand all 4 images. Let's say I like image number 4. When you look at these images, the upper left corner is 1, upper right corner is 2, lower left corner is image 3, and lower right corner is image 4. So I'm going to pick image 4 just as an example. if I like it, but I maybe want to see some different variations of it, there's this button that says V4, meaning variations of image 4. You could upscale image 4, which means you just want the final image to download. Or if you don't like any of them, you can hit this regenerate kind of circle with arrows icon. So I am going to, just as an example, show you both a regeneration. So I'll click on that. And then I'm also going to click on variation 4 to ask it to give us different variations of number 4. And as that thinks, it's going to kind of sit here. And if I like image 4, I can then also hit U4 and it will upscale that. So we're going to do all 3 of those just so I can show you an example. So it's still creating a variation of the first prompt. See, it says variations. Oh, it gave us the upscaled version of this first, so it finished that final image. When you get a final image, you can either right-click and save the image, or you can click on it and then open it in a browser. It's entirely up to you. Now here are the 4 variations of that first one. Now if you want it to be more realistic, you might pick this 4th image, which I actually like quite a bit. So I might upscale that. This kind of maybe relays the idea of a salon, kind of a more aesthetic look. This person looks very realistic. This one I don't care for too much because it does look more like a fake robotic person. So again, we could pick the variation. I prefer, for this example, I prefer number 4, in which case I could upcycle number 4 and it'll give me that final image. And then here is a variation. So this one was redoing everything from the first prompt, give us 4 new images. And then this one was create the variation of that 4th image. I'm going to scroll back up so you can see what I'm talking about. This was the 4th image upscaled. And then the very last one here, it's giving us 4 versions of that. It's 4 different versions. And then this was the final upscaled version of this one. The cool thing is too, is you are going to generate a very unique image. Nobody on the internet should have this. It's a robot, and each image should be completely unique. So you know that this is your image. So if you see it somewhere else, somebody stole it or reused it. But that is how you create a Midjourney image. I want to show you another example. If you don't use a prompt, you could just for fun put in a realistic image of a sports car driving fast through a sea of lipstick. And we'll just kind of see what it gives us. It's working. We're at 78%. So this produced the sports car, and the lipstick isn't in tubes necessarily. It looks more like paint. So I'm going to actually take that same prompt and adjust it really a little bit. So slash, we'll click on imagine, and I'm going to make it even more ridiculous and say a sea of hamburgers. All right, let's see what it gives us this time. You can get really, really creative and unique with this. Something this ridiculous you would never see, um, really, unless you had some experienced graphic design or you're an experienced graphic designer and you know how to create these crazy images, which truthfully would take, even as an experienced designer, it would take quite a bit of time. So here it is, it's thinking, we're at 78%. And here are the final images. And here, this sports car is driving through a bunch of hamburgers and they're flying in the air. And it's just really cool. You can create some very unique images. I am going to go back here to ChatGPT and show you another example of how you can do this. So let's see, let's go back. And I'm just going to ask ChatGPT to create 5 social media posts for my ideal client avatar. Actually, we'll be even more specific. That will get the attention of my ideal client avatar for Instagram and Facebook. I need 5 posts for each platform per day. Give me the caption with hashtags and emojis. In addition, provide a Midjourney prompt to use for each. Let's just try this a little bit of a different way. And so it's saying we're going to create some captions that are engaging, relevant, and reflective of your client avatar's interests and challenges. So transform your salon's digital presence as easily as you transform hair. Let's make social media your new best friend. We got the hashtags, and then we have this Midjourney prompt. So I'm going to copy and paste this. Copy it. Modern salon, thriving on social media with a vibrant and stylish aesthetic, perfect for an Instagram post. Let's see what that gives us. Again, I want to emphasize that do not expect perfection. This is going to sometimes give you something perfect. Sometimes you have to tweak the post. Sometimes you may hate it and we just need to kind of start from scratch or put your own idea in there. You could even say for this, you could ask for specific hex colors, or say, I want the branding colors to be, I want them to be a dark purple, a light purple, a pastel purple. So you could put that in and it will create the images focused on those colors. In this case too, because it's for Instagram, in case it doesn't do it on its own, I'm going to do space, 2 dashes, AR with another space, and then do the 9:16. And let's see what it generates for us. All right, we're at 31%. As you notice, there is, okay, so here we have 4 images. This is complete. I'm going to click on it, and I'm actually going to zoom in here a little bit for you guys. So it is now created pictures of kind of a modern looking salon. I really like this first one. Again, it depends on your aesthetic preference. So I might say, give me 4 variations of this first image. So I'm going to click on V1. If I don't like what it gives me, I may just go back and upcycle this one for a final image. And then we would have that final image to go with this Instagram post right here. So you could essentially copy and paste this into your social media platform and then use the Midjourney image that is created here in Discord. So it's creating variations of that first one we said we liked. And now it's done, and I will zoom in again so you guys can see. And it's giving us some very, very similar ones, but the setup and the layout is going to be slightly different than the original one, which is here. I prefer this first one, so I am going to upcycle that one. Now, just for fun, one last thing I want to show you is for fun, I'm going to say I don't like basically any of these first ones you gave me, and I am going to ask for a new set of 4 images by clicking on this kind of circular icon. And it's going to start working on that. So we have here the upcycled version of that first image I liked. I can save this to my computer. I have the size that I need for Instagram. For maybe a reel, you could put some music in with it, maybe an ambient type music with your quote or upbeat or whatever you like. And then down here, it's creating a new variation of that original prompt, modern salon thriving on social media. So it's working on that. And again, here we have 4 entirely different images. The colors are slightly different. As you can see, that style of that first one I liked, it took that, but it kind of changed up the way the chairs are and the colors in the picture. And same thing here. Let's just say, I'm going to zoom in a little bit more. And as you can see, like this one is kind of a little fresh, or this one has the images. You might say, well, that's great that there's these chairs, but where's the equipment like there is in maybe picture 1? Here there looks to be stations here. So again, keep that in mind. And again, please, I just want to emphasize, remember to not have the expectation of perfection. These are still robots, and they're still learning what people's preferences and styles are based off of the prompts that are given. So now you have a choice. Choice number 1 is to take what you've learned and continue to waste time trying it out on your own, taking what I gave you today and trying to just figure it out and tried and tested, playing around with the prompts. Or choice number 2, which I think is the smart choice, is to leverage the tools with proven methods you learned today. So if you're ready to transform your social media game, I want you to grab your social media superpower toolkit and introduce you to the Content Conductor AI. The Content Conductor AI is a new program that I had put together last year. The doors have been closed since that happened. It was in beta, and now I am revamping some of it, which is quite frankly perfect timing for you guys because so much has even changed since last year. So you're going to get the newest version of this, and it's not just another tool, it's a revolution in your pocket. What makes it exceptional? I want you to imagine having a genius at your fingertips, crafting personalized content that not only speaks to your audience, but sings to them. This is not just social media. We're talking about YouTube and advertising and email marketing. We're really kind of running the gamut of content creation. So with the Content Conductor AI, you are not just posting, but you will be performing. There's no more one size fits all. This is where we create that foundation with your client avatar, and the Content Conductor AI will help ChatGPT and these other tools to understand your unique brand voice and your audience, which will be delivering content that resonates and connects with those people on a deeper level. Speed and quality are no longer at odds. You will watch in awe as you use these prompts to help guide you churn out top tier content at lightning speed, giving you more time to focus on what you do best, which is growing your business. So I want you to join this content revolution. The program will not be ready till the beginning of April. However, I really want to encourage you to join this waitlist. This is the only way you're going to have access to the Content Conductor AI. I am not making this a public opportunity. It is going to only be for the attendees of this festival. And I want you to be among the first people to experience the future of social media content creation and content creation in general. So if you want to take advantage of this, make sure you join the waitlist. The link there is at the bottom, megandixononline.com/content-conductor-AI-VAs. And if you join the waitlist now, you will actually be eligible for some very, very exclusive bonuses that will help catapult your business even more so than just content creation. Thank you so much for your time and for taking the time to watch this CoTalk. I really appreciate you. I trust that you've learned a lot about leveraging AI to create content, and I hope you're just as excited to work with me and join the waitlist as I am. Have a great day.